Welcome to the 4th episode of Songs from My Living Room. I'm here with a very, very special guest today, someone that I've been in love with, not just as an entertainer, but physically. And he's in my home today. So please welcome to Songs from My Living Room, Mr. David Burtka.
Hello, everybody.
David, I'm so happy that you're here.
I'm so happy to be here.
We've been working together for a little bit of time on some different song collections of mine since I think it was the concert like back in 2009 at Birdland.
Yeah, we met in Los Angeles.
Yeah.
No, we met.
No, here.
Here, and then we did the other thing in Los Angeles.
We did nothing more out in LA. But the first time I ever met you, and I know I've told you this story before, but I'm going to tell our audience a little bit of this story. There was a benefit concert back in 2004 called The Kitchen Sink. It was at the McClure Theater all the way up on 92nd Street, I think it is. And I was doing a performance with Shoshana. It was the very first time that anyone had ever heard my songs before.
Is that true?
First time ever. Shoshana and I had just met 2 days prior.
Okay. Out.
Oh, see, I wrote her a letter that was a lie. I wrote her a letter that said, Billy Porter told me to get you in touch with you because he said that we should work together. That never happened. She wrote back, okay. And I said, when can we meet? She said, tomorrow, 2 o'clock. So we met. I played her this one song called How Did I End Up Here? She was like, cool, whatever, I got to get back to her rehearsal. She was at the Broadway Inspirational Voices rehearsal. And then I said, oh, we want one more song. And she had her sunglasses on. And I sang her home, and she took off her sunglasses, and tears were coming down. And she was like, I have all the time. I don't have to get back to rehearsal. So we hung out that entire day. And then she said, would you come? And
so you lied, she lied.
She lied. We lied together. And our friendship is even stronger now than ever.
Because you're big fat liars.
You just call me fat? I have been eating a lot this week, so I can understand why you would think that. So she asked me if I would come and accompany her, but she was doing Hairspray at the time. So she was really late. I think this was on a Sunday, so she was really late to get there. And everyone was gathered around, and I was so nervous because I had just seen Stephanie J. Block in Boy from Oz, and I was like a huge Julia Maroney fan, and Anthony Rapp was there. There was a whole galore of people. And I had seen you in Gypsy, and I was like, madly in love with you, and I was like, oh my god, David Burtka is right here. And they brought us upstairs, and we sat next to each other. Shoshana then showed up, asked me to come take the stage, and I came back from the performance, and you were the kindest thing, because you grabbed my leg, and then took my hand and said, that was so beautiful. And it was something that nobody else had a conversation with me, but you were the one person that sort of embraced me, and for someone that hadn't been in this industry yet, it really left such imprint on my heart and my life. It made me go, okay, this is the industry that I'm meant to be in. And honestly, ever since then, I was like, I need to find a way to work with David. And since I always worked with women, it made sense. It made sense. I was like, oh my god, this is perfect. I'll have them sing a song that Liz Calloway sings. But it really left a huge imprint on my life after that moment.
I'm so glad.
No, seriously, it was the sweetest thing ever. And of course, in my head, I was like, we're totally going to get married. He's holding my hand right now. And someone's like, he's in a relationship. I'm like, that will never last. Yeah, cut to years later, you guys are married now.
Married.
2 kids.
Children, 4 years old.
Is that crazy?
It's crazy. It's great. I'm so glad to be back in New York. I mean,
how long have you been back in New York now for?
Since March.
Okay.
We're back. We're up at our place finally. We moved in there in June, but it's great. I mean, the kids totally love New York. They don't miss LA at all.
You said you guys go to the park all the time.
All the time. I mean, it's a great city. There's so much that it's so accessible. Yeah. There's so much energy, and they feed off of the energy, and it's my utopia.
Oh, completely.
I just get it here. I work better here. My mind works better here.
Everyone's so fast here in New York. To me, it's like Los Angeles, people are waiting for things to happen, whereas in New York, everyone's running towards a destination. Mm-hmm. Whether they're running to an audition or even McDonald's, as weird as it sounds, they're on the run. It makes you want to go faster.
Exactly.
So you're back in the city to work on a new show that's coming to Broadway called It Should Have Been You.
It Should Have Been You. Well, I kept seeing Daryl Roth when I moved back once a week, randomly. It was very strange and kismet, and she called me up and said, my agents called me up and said they're offering you a part. You know, read the script, tell me what you think, and I
David
was like,
Pierce is directing
David
it.
Hyde Pierce, Tyne Daly, Harriet Harris plays my
Oh
mom.
my God.
Chip Zion.
Oh my God. It's in the
It's-
cast. Sierra's in it.
Sierra plays my bride to be.
Oh my God.
It's all about a wedding and sort of like it's like the music reminds me of like falsettos, very Will Finn.
I think the music is incredible.
Oh, you listen to it?
Well, I've known Barbara Anselmi for years now. Barbara used to be our musical director for my show Home Peace
Oh,
at
cool.
the time, and also did Monday Nights New Voices. So I've gone through the gamut of that music, and some of it is just so exquisite and so funny.
It's fun.
Too.
It's fun. It's like a comedy of errors, sort of noises off meets a big wedding at falsetto land, sort of.
Completely.
It's fun. It's fun. It's goofy. It makes you laugh. It's sort of, you know, it hits you in your heart, and
Yeah.
it's fun. It's going to be really, really fun.
And your playwright also wrote Caroline in the City as well.
Yes.
He wrote all the episodes for that. So, I mean, you have an incredible production of people together to get this incredible new original.
Which is nice. You don't see many things like coming from scratch.
So I also want to talk to you about your concert cabaret that you did at 54 Below that you recently did. It was your first solo cabaret that you've ever done?
It was my first solo cabaret. It was so much fun. I
First
had
of all,
a
it
blast.
sold out in seconds. I went online to go buy a ticket. First night, sold out. Second night, sold out. Completely sold out. It drove me a little crazy.
I'm
but that's
sorry.
okay.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I know people were calling like weeks before, going, "I can't get a ticket." And I'm like, "I can't get a ticket either."
It's
my
true
hands are
though,
tied.
yeah. It's hard, especially that space because it's so compact and beautifully, seated that it's like you really can't get people in. There's a fire code here in New York City,
It's a
But tell
great
me a little
space,
bit
though.
about it without giving it away. I know Neil directed it, and I know that Seth was your musical director, who's the funniest person in the world. Was he part of the gimmick as well?
I always loved cabaret and even took a cabaret class at University of Michigan. So I always thought in the back of my mind, you know what, this is something that I really love to do. But I never had a hook. I never had something that was going to make it different for me. I want it to be really unique as opposed to just, this is what I used to say in college, sort of like that. Which is nothing wrong with that, but, I wanted to make it different.
Right.
So Studio 54, not Studio 54, 54 Below, called...
Studio 54 would have called and said, "Do you guys have any cocaine?" Yeah.
Preludes?
Yeah.
No.
Do you want to do an orgy with us?
Wow. They called my agent saying if I wanted to do a show, and I was like, sure, but I'm not sure what yet. And then Neil had an idea that was a really fun new idea that no one has really done yet.
Yeah.
And he said he'll take on the director position, even though we got him for like that long. We got him probably a total of like 5 hours in all the rehearsal process. But Seth Rudetsky, we went to him first
because he's
an absolute genius. And he had to be a part of the show in a comedy sort of actory way.
But he's not good at that kind of stuff. He's not funny.
Yeah,
he's
so
if he had humor,
not nice.
I think that he would do a little bit better in his career if he was a good writer and if he had some humor in his life.
But he contributed a lot of ideas, and he was a part of it as well. Kate Reinders, who I did Gypsy with, was one of my backup singers, but also did a duet that Tom Kitt wrote.
Not a good writer either.
Terrible.
He's never written
terrible
anything that's
people
good.
I had around. Jason Page, who's also an amazing artist, sang backup for me, and then we had Tom wrote the lyrics
And Cookies.
And I just a couple of special guest stars.
Yeah.
Which was very exciting, and I had cookies.
Yeah.
I baked. I had sort of a cooking segment.
One of the songs that you ended up using for your cabaret, which was such an honor to me, is the song that we're going to sing today. And will you let the audience know a little bit about why you chose that song and what the meaning in the actual cabaret was for you, and why we're going to sing that today, why we chose this song?
Yeah, no problem. It was, you asked me to sing this song a while back, and I immediately read the lyrics, and it clicked with me, like the whole story of it, and it was so specific to what my life was in the past. A while ago, I got a call from my mom saying that she was going in for a checkup because she had a spot on her arm, this tiny little freckle that she was going to check out. She thought it was skin poisoning from sun poisoning. And she went into the doctor, and the doctor said, we have to take blood. They immediately took blood, and she was admitted into the hospital the very next day. And she called me. I immediately flew home. She had leukemia. And she spent time doing chemo, and it didn't work. And then her white T cells were gone, and she got pneumonia on top of that. And on top of that, she was intubated. And the doctor came to us and said, you know, this is a quality versus quantity of life now, because, you know, her brain is deteriorating and she's never going to be the same. So we had to make the decision to sort of like let her go. And it was 20 days. 20 days from the time she was admitted into the hospital to the time she left. And it was wild when we were all, you know, seated around her at the end. A single tear fell from her cheek, and no joke, I could feel her spirit leave her body, hover above us, and disappear. So I thought that really connected to like the song.
Well, hopefully this song is a nice therapeutic moment.
It's great. I really enjoy singing it. It's a beautiful song.
And I love having you sing it.
Thank you.
Well, thank you so much for being here today and joining us. And we'll head over to the piano and sing a little bit of Goodnight.
My pleasure. Dry away the tears. Lay aside your fears. No more pain for my love. I am here. Now go to sleep, and when the angels come, I know that they will treat you well. They will pull you through and lift you up from what has held you down. There's a heaven out there, and it waits just for you. So close your eyes and dream that there will be a world you once knew. So dry away the tears. Lay aside